So good afternoon, welcome to Trading with Goals. I'm going to start. So the topic I'm going to discuss today is about three. So support and resistance, and then indecision. We're gonna use both strategies for knowing what to trade and how to trade the next week. Now, I'd said about multiple of 10. So we have what we call multiple of 10 support and multiple of 10 resistance. So what somebody needs to look out for is the previous week. You have to look at the previous week to guide you what to do the next week. So any stock that had any indecision candle. So when it comes to indecision candles, we're gonna use three strategies. We have the doji. You can have a bullish doji, a bearish doji. Then you're gonna use a spinning top. And the third one is an NR7. I know you guys know by now what an NR7 is. So you wanna find any stock, whatever stock you're trading, it doesn't matter. You just wanna look the previous week, did that stock have a spinning top or a doji the previous week, or an NR7. So NR7 means in the past 7 days, there's one day that stock makes the lowest range, the tiniest range. So a stock has been trending, and then on this day, it makes a very tiny range. So you want to look for stocks in the previous week, any stock that created an NR7, any stock that created a doji, or any stock that created a spinning top. Those are the three most indecision candles we're gonna use. And any stock in the previous week, so multiple of 10. Multiple of 10 resistance means that stock hit a multiple of 10 and then it dropped or broke a multiple of 10 support. So any stock that did that, then it means the next week you wanna look, we'll see how you're gonna trade that strategy, those two strategies. So I said this week, 5K plays, we're gonna base it on multiple of 10 strategy, but is a strategy you can use, anybody can use it. Now, when I'm looking at stocks for 5K plays, I have my own ways of finding top plays. And the top thing I look for are stocks that the RSI is in the middle, the one that we refer to Lotto list. So it means these stocks are on the cliff. So it's either somebody throws that stock off the cliff and they have a parachute and they shoot up, or they are thrown off the cliff and they drop. That's why I prefer Lotto list, because it's in the middle. So whoever makes a decision on the RSI, when its RSI is between 45, 50, 55, whoever makes a decision, either that stock will go up or it will go down, because it's on the cliff, it's in the middle. Now, the other group that I prefer when it comes to this strategy is stocks that are already bearish. They're trending down, okay? So they can either pull back or have a bearish continuation. They're already in a trend. What is the trend? The trend is bearish. They can either pull back or have a continuation. So this strategy for multiple of 10 really works well, whatever stock you're trading. But when it comes to stocks with indecision, you want the ones that the RSI is in the middle. So whoever makes the decision carries the day, okay? So I'm gonna look at, we're gonna start looking at multiple of 10. So you are gonna be looking at stocks in the previous week. Those stocks were not trending. Hello, sorry, I'm back. The small assistant now is very opinionated. Okay. So you want to look the stocks. This strategy works most with stocks that are not trending. Okay, that's why stocks on momentum, you might not see me focus on them more because momentum is, you would barely see those stocks move so much, not unless it's a stock that is starting from the bottom. But if they're trending momentum, it's usually a push and shove. It goes up, creates a new high slightly, then pulls back like that. But the best, this strategy works the best with stocks that are on the Lotto list. So if you're using the RSI indicator, you wanna catch on probably on 1 hour or even on daily, the ones that are on either they are tired of being bearish. So these stocks have been bearish for an extended period of time. So you're expecting some pullback, or those stocks that have been on a bearish trend and they are pulling back, or Lotto list. Buy the dip, sell the rip. It's not the best for this strategy. Momentum is not the best, but any stock you can still use this same strategy. It's just that I prefer those because they can give you some good moves compared to momentum and buy the dip, sell the rip. Okay, so you can use this to see stocks either on the daily, 1 hour, 4 hour. You want to catch the RSI when it's in the middle. Now, if you want to see the current RSI on the daily, just put your cursor right on the candle and it will show you the current RSI of that stock. So now here we see it came from 29. If you want to see the current, just put your cursor and you have to do some work with it. Place your cursor on the last candle and it will give you the RSI. Like here it says 54. So 54 is in the middle. Okay. Now, first thing you need to do is you have to go back low. Let's start with SPY. So let's say we're looking at these to know what to trade for last week. Okay, the past week. So you're looking at the past week. So let's say Monday was the 12th. So on Monday, you wanted to know how to trade SPY. So what do? You look on the previous week. So the previous week started the 5th, was it? The 5th? The 5th to the 9th, okay? So a stock will hit support and then rise above a multiple of 10. What is a multiple of 10? Any level that ends with a 0 at the end is a multiple of 10 times 10. Any level you add 10, 10, 10 to it. So it means for a multiple of 10 support, that stock either dropped, then broke above a multiple of 10, and then rose to a multiple of 10. So you want to see the previous week, whatever stock you're trading, you want to see, let's say for instance, SPY, you want to know, how am I going to trade SPY? So you go back to the previous week, Monday to Friday. So in this case, if you were trading SPY last week, Monday, we would go back to SPY the previous week, the 5th, the week ending 5th to the 9th. Then you want to see where was it coming from. So on Monday, which multiple of 10 did it break? When it hit this 5 or 7, it broke 5, 10. So the multiple of 10 support we'll be looking out for the next week is 5, 10. Then you want to see resistance. Which multiple of 10 did it break above the previous week? So here we broke 520, we broke above 530. So this is 530 and support is 510. So the following week, we want to see SPY above 510 and SPY above 530. You're riding it up. Okay, so it hit 531 on the 7th. It didn't go to 540 by Friday, did it? No, so it didn't hit 540. So it means the next week, if SPY stays above 510, you're riding it up. If it breaks above 530, so now your next target is now the next multiple of 10, which is 540. 540. Because it broke 530, the next multiple of 10 is 540 will be your target. After that, 550, you go on like that. But for your entry, we need SPY above 510. So you already established your two levels, your support and your resistance. You have to establish both to know your entries for calls and your entries for puts. Okay, so next week come on Monday the 12th, Monday the 15th. No, Monday the 12th. SPY, of course, it's not below 510. So now we are looking at it above 530. As long as it's not breaking below 510, then you're looking at now the multiple of 10 resistance it had hit previous week was 530. So we need it for continuation. It needs to stay above 530. We were at 530 here. Sometimes you have to wait for 2 days because the minute you're seeing it's touching 530, you have to give it an opportunity the next day because it can go lower. We know the support we're looking at for is 510. So as long as it's above 530, then you're riding it up to what? 540, the next level 550. So it was here, it touched 530. So give it the next day. The next day it's above 530. So you're riding it up. Then we broke 540. So now our next multiple of 10 is what? 550. So the next day, as long as it's above 540, you are riding it up to 550. So here it was above 540. You're riding it up to what level? 550. So now we are above 550. The next, if it's going down, it needs to stay above 550. And when it hit 550 support, it's going up. Our next target level is 560. You're moving from one multiple of 10 to the next. Now, when SPY is going up and it's done going up, that level, you remember the 510 it broke the previous week? The next time SPY is going down, it is going to break this level and our target will now, it's going to break. So next time SPY is coming down, it will come down to 510 and our next target will be 500. Okay, so that's just an example for SPY. We'll look at other stocks. We'll look at both bearish and bullish trends. Okay, now another stock we can look at, QQQ, the same thing. This is especially good for those trading QQQ, SPY, SPX, and features. Multiple of 10, you want to go the previous week. You are looking at both support and resistance. So this stock means they hit a support and then they rose above a multiple of 10, or they hit resistance and then they dropped below a multiple of 10. So you're riding it up above. If it's above the resistance multiple of 10, you're riding it up. If it's below the support multiple of 10, you're riding it down. So if we look at QQQ, you're going back the previous week. You want to establish the history of the previous week. What multiple of 10 did it break above or break below? Those are the levels that will guide you for the next week. So this week was starting 12th. So again, you're going back the 5th. So the 5th was Monday. Which multiple of 10 did it touch? It touched 420. And here, please remember, there are some strategies I say pre-market does not matter, but for this one, pre-market after hours matters. Okay. Yeah. Ay, ay, ay. You guys can't hear me?
I can hear you just fine.
Okay.
I think that was in the beginning, but somebody else can chime in.
Okay. Okay. So QQQ, you establish it does not matter whatever stock. For me, I prefer stocks with an RSI in the middle, but this strategy works for whatever stock you just want to establish. The previous week, what multiple of 10 support did it break? What multiple of 10 resistance did it break above. Okay, so here you establish the support 420. So it means when it's going down, our next level will be 410. Okay, then you establish the multiple of 10 resistance the previous week. So it broke above. Here it was headed for 450. It didn't touch it. It didn't touch it here. It didn't touch it here Wednesday. And then it broke it on Friday pre-market. So it means the next week, as long as it's above 450, you're reading it up. Our next target level is now 560. If it's going down, as long as it's breaking below, whenever it breaks below 420, you're writing it down. Okay, so we've established our two levels, 410 and 450. Okay, so the week starts on Monday. You want to see, is it above 450? If it's above that 450 level, you're swinging. Okay, so here it broke above 450. If you're not sure, so if that stock, whatever you're looking at, as long as it's above that, so here it's above our resistance the previous week, which is 450, you're riding it up to the next multiple of 10, 460. So we are above 450, you're riding it up. If it's hitting 460, then you're moving your next target to 470. So as long as it's above 450, the support is above 450, or it's above now, the next one now, because it broke above 460, our support, as long as it's above 460, you're riding it up. We rode up, we broke above 470. The next target now is 480. So as long as it's above 470 support, you're riding it up. Okay, so that's just for bullish trends. Now for us to see bearish trends, we have to go back to, I want us to go back to July for us to see some good moves for multiple of 10 resistance. Now the first stock I'm gonna look at is let me look for my list. So the week of July 8th to 12th, that's where we started seeing some bearish moves. I'm gonna look at PDD. So July 8th to 12th. So PDD was bearish, and then it started doing what? It started moving up. So it was hitting this week from 8th all the way to 12th. It was hitting, it was pulling back. So what is the trend? The trend was bearish. So the trend was bearish. If you look at the daily on the 8th, so if you go to the daily, so July, so this July 8th, it had hit 164 and then it started trending down. Okay, so the trend was bearish. So I said that I love the best the two categories, stocks that are on a lotto list, or stocks that are bearish with a possible pullback, or the stocks that are tired of being bearish. Those three categories are the best for this strategy, but it works with any stock, whatever stock, it doesn't matter, penny stock, whatever, you're just looking at multiple of 10. So we established this stock was on a bearish trend. So if you go back to that date, the 8th, that week beginning the 8th to 12th. So that's the previous week we're looking at. So you want to see from that 8th to 12th, what multiple of 10 did it hit? So here it was coming from 133. So it is
Take it back.
She made a peace with herself, but hasn't been fortunate enough to provide the family with meals to lunch.
During summer, it's hard for someone to take a nap during the day. So you guys have to bear with me, okay? So this week from the 8th to the 12th, P. Diddy was pulling back. So the next week, you wanted to see how to trade P. Diddy. So you're seeing on Monday, it was coming from 133. So it did not break 130. So we are still looking at that any level above 130. Welcome. And then it had broken above 140. So this is Thursday, it hit 140. It didn't touch 150. So you're looking at 140 resistance because it didn't touch 150. And it broke below 140, but it didn't go below 130. So we want any level above 130, you're riding it up. Any level above 140, you're riding it up. Below 130, you're riding it down. So the next week, beginning, this is 12th, beginning 15th, Monday 15th. If it breaks below 130, you're riding it down. If it breaks above 140, you're riding it up. But now the trend, so what was the trend for P. Diddy before? It was bearish and it had pulled back. So you want to see points of bearish continuation if it breaks below that 130 support. So here on Monday, it hit 134, but when it went up, did it touch 140? No, so it's creating lower high. Now, if you're getting 2 days of double top, so we didn't touch 140. We have 138, 139, that's double top. You're riding it down to 130 because the previous week it was approaching multiple of 10, 130. So here we come down, it hits our 130, it pulls back, again, touches that 130. So you're looking now for this 130 is your support. If it does not break below 130, you're riding it back to which level? 140. We have those two. The support is 130. The resistance is 140. So 3 days, 130, 130, 130, you have a triple top. Then you're riding it back to which level? Back to 140. If it does not touch 140, then you're having a lower high. Then it means because it touched 130, you're going to go to which level? 120, multiple of 10. It is that easy, multiple of 10. So we hit here, and this can continue. You're not just looking at the next week because this is Friday. You can continue with the same stock. You will see how this happened up to last Friday, the same levels you're looking at. So 130, 130, we got this move up. Did it go to 140? No. So this is a lower high. So it means we are still struggling with this, but the minute you break, the day you see that stock breaking that multiple of 10, hold your puts, okay? So the day it breaks that 130 support, do you see this? This can take long. That multiple of 10 is a strong support or a strong resistance. The day it breaks that multiple of 10, you see this day we broke it, we went to 128. Then when you pull back your riding put, so we ride, your next level is what? 120. So you're looking out for that next multiple of 10 support, 120. So we went down, again, lower high, we went lower. Did it touch 120? No. Then you're pushing it back up to which level? We still have the same, so we have to start 130, 140, but our from where we started, our key one was 140 because here it had broken above 140. So if whatever that stock is coming, even if it breaks below 100, you will be riding it back up to the level where you started. the multiple of 10 where it was headed. Here it was headed for 150, but it had broken above 140. So now from whatever support is coming from, when it's done going down, you're riding it back to 140. Okay, so we look at the same PDD, it kept going 123. So when you're riding it back up, it start again, it broke above 130. So it's telling you the next level is going for is our 140 and then 150. So here you're looking for higher lows or double bottom, or if it will still continue going down to 120. It touched 120. Push up. If a stock rejects going lower below a multiple of 10, expect a pullback. The trend is with this trend has been bearish, pullback continuation, pullback continuation. Lower high rejecting multiple of 10, get puts. So we have 120, you are pushing it up. Still our goal is that 140. We go up 134, 136, 138, 139, and then finally broke our 140. So that's why I said, whatever support is coming from, remember which multiple of 10 before it started dropping. Go back to where the journey started. This is our target. So it had broken above 140, and it was headed for which multiple of 10? 150. So this level, even if this stock goes to 0, when you're riding it back up, it will take you back to this multiple of 10. And that's what you're seeing here. After it's done going down, it will take you back to that multiple of 10. Okay, so that's after it hit our 120, it started pushing up, going up, going up, going up until we broke above 140. And now our next target level is 150. So as long as it's staying above 140, ride it up. As long as it's staying above your support multiple of 10, ride it up. So what was our support? 140. So here we are above 140, but we are not touching 150. Pull back. As long as it's above 140, ride it up until you touch 150. So this journey is not just for 1 week. You can trade the same stock using the same strategy, multiple of 10. Where did you start? You can pick from whatever week. So here you see we started from July and we've come the same stock using the same strategy all the way to last week, Friday. Okay. QCOM, going back to when we were bearish. The same dates, July 8th to July 12th. You can pick from whatever week. Even if you want to see currently where the stock is, you can pick whatever week and start looking which multiple of 10 had it broken. So if you start here, the 8th, so this is Monday, it had broken above 210, and here it broke which multiple of 10? 200. So this is the 12th. So you're looking at two levels. Above 210, you're riding it up. If it doesn't touch above 210, if it breaks below 200, you're riding it down. So those are your levels guiding you for the next week. If it's above 200, you're riding it up to 210. So here it's above 200, ride it up the next week. So this is Monday. It is 209. So it's headed for 210. If it's above 210, you're riding it up. Below 210, you're riding it down. And because it broke 200, your next target level is 190. Okay, 190. It broke 200. Below the day it breaks below 200, you're holding your put, it's going to 190. So here, 209, you have 211, come down. It didn't go to 120. So if it's not going to the next multiple of 10, you're riding it down to below 190. So we had this, even if you miss this move, you still have opportunity to ride it down the next day to 190. Now, when it touches 190, your next target level now changes from 190 to 180, the next multiple of 10. So the next day, 186, so it rejected 180, give it another day. It can give you several days of rejecting it, you want to catch now. When it's doing that, you want to catch double bottom or a higher low. So here it didn't go to 200, continue down 185, you have 185, you have a double bottom or a triple bottom. So you're riding it back up to which level? 210. Here, where you started, it had broken 210. So you need to ride it above 210, or if it rejects 210, you're still riding it down. Above 210, your next target level is 220. So you're going from here, you have double bottom, triple bottom, ride it up, 210. It doesn't even touch 200. If it's a lower high, you're riding it down, you're going to break this level. Your next target level is what? 180, because it didn't touch 180 here. So you know you are exit. You didn't touch 200 here, didn't touch 200 here, get puts. These are lower highs. The trend is bearish. Ride it down to 180. If it breaks 180, hold your puts. Your next target level, 170. So we hit 173 is a higher low. It rejected 170. Look at it the next day. If it's giving you a higher low, ride it up. Our target is to go to what? 190. The one you came from here. Because we broke here, we didn't break 180. So the previous one is 190. You're riding it up. If it's not touching 190, you have, give it up to 3 days. Always look for double tops, double bottoms when you're using this strategy. One day it hit 181. So you're saying, okay, let's see if it will hit 190. The next day, 183, nothing. The next day, 179, get puts. You're going to break which level? 170. Your target, 160. It broke 170. It hit 166. It's a higher low. It's pushing up. So you have your 210. You still have where you came from. Always remember where you came from. The 210. If it's not touching it, it's a lower high. Get puts. It hit. It didn't even touch. This is the date reported earnings. It did not touch even 200. So it's already telling you where I'm going. What is the target level? 160. Why? Because here we are approaching 160. So you're getting your puts. You're headed for 160. The minute it breaks 160, you're holding to 150. So here we have 157, continued. It broke 150. So here it's headed for what? 140 support. So if it rejects 140, you're riding it up for pullback. What was your previous level? You have the 150, you have the 160, but we're still looking for what? 210. But any level below it, you're still riding it down. If it's not touching the next multiple of 10 for a couple of days, you have triple bottom, triple top, double top, get puts. You're going to break this level, you're going lower. So you have 162, it didn't touch 170. 163, it didn't touch 170. 164, it didn't touch 170. You have 3 days of triple top, get puts. You get puts. Did it break 150? No, you have a higher low. What are you trading? Calls. Here, where was it headed? 170. So you're getting your calls. Your target is 170. Did it touch 170? No. 170? No. 170? No. But where is it coming from? 153. When it came down, it created a higher low. So you're still getting calls. Your target level, 170. Did it break 170? Yes. Pull back. Did it go to 160? No, it's a higher low. You're looking from where you're coming from, 154, 157, 164. So now we're still headed to our what? 210. That's the journey. So as you go to 210, you have to break each multiple of 10. Because it has broken 170, your next level is 180. From 174, pull back. As long as it's above 170, ride it up until you go back to that 210. So whenever you're picking your stocks, if it's a stock, you can identify a trend, especially if it's either a stock that the RSI is in the middle, or that stock is on a bearish trend, or that stock is tired of being bearish. So we can look at Alta, those stocks that have been trending down, creating new 52-week lows. So Let's see, previous week. So let's say you are saying Alta has been trending down. Let me see how I could have traded it. So this is Monday the 5th. So if let's say you're trading Alta last week, it's a stock that has been tired of being bearish. It's been trending down for months. So you look at the daily chart. Those three categories are the best. Tired of being bearish, Lotto list, and the stocks that are bearish with a possible pullback. They are the best for this strategy. So here it's been trending down since March from 574 going down, going down. So you're saying this stock has been trending down. Let me see if I can catch some moves. Now, the ones that have been trending down for an extended period of time, don't look at the previous week. Use the 4-hour chart. What is the previous? The previous level, lower high level. The stocks that have been trending down for extended number of period, because you have a huge gap. Like here we had 574 dropped all the way to 322, 318. You have a huge gap. There's no way you can look at 15 minutes. You can look at either 1-hour chart or you can look at 4-hour chart, because it's been doing a huge drop. Okay, so you want to go back and see which multiple of 10 was it coming from here. So here it had broken what? 370. So what is your target? 380. Okay, 370. 3, so it means it had broken above 370. So if you're pushing up, your first target would be 370, and then if it breaks it, your next level is 380. These are for the stocks that are tired of being bearish, meaning they've been trending down for an extended period of time. Those ones don't look at 15 minutes, look at a higher time frame. You want to catch the previous lower high level. You want to see which multiple of 10 level was broken above, and then which multiple of 10 support was broken below. Okay, so whatever you are seeing here, it means when this stock is going up, that is your target level. Okay, 373. So it was headed for 380. So our target is what first? 370 and then 380. So it has come down to 318. So let's say this is Monday. It was approaching 320 here, approaching 320 here. Finally, it broke 320 and then it's pushing up. So on this day, the day it broke above 330, the next day, you wanted the support to be above 330. This is how you catch those moves. So we broke 320 here. The next day, you want to see if it will go lower. If not, it pushed up, went above 330. So the next day, you want the support to stay above 330. If it's not breaking 320, it's a higher low. So we got 325. You're reading it up. What is your target? 380. Did it give us 380? Yes. Broke above it. So now it has broken above 380. Our next target is what? 390. It needs to stay above what level? 330. So this is how you trade stocks that have had this kind of move pre-market. When you wake up and the stock has gone up 20, 30 points, you're looking at where was it coming from. So it broke above 330. So you want it to stay above 330. This is 358. Of course, it's above 330. You're riding it up. Our target is what? 390. So it went up. We got a double top. So this is the same stock now you're looking at the next day. If it stays above this 380, you're riding it up. We still have that. You can still go back to 4-hour and look, what is the previous lower high level? It broke above 410. So the higher it goes, your target will be 410, but because it broke 410, your next level will be 420. So this is, we're still trading Alta. If it's still going up, you're looking for 420. Okay, so those are stocks that have been bearish for extended period of time. The same thing with Lulu. You don't look at lower time frame, look at a higher time frame, because these are the stocks, if they filled those gaps, you wake up in the morning and you're like, how did this stock go up this much? Okay. The previous lower high level. This 1 hour. Let's go to 1 hour. So previous lower high level here is 262. So it meant it had broken which level? 260, 260. So what is our target if it's going up to 60 and it was headed for which multiple of 10? 270. So from wherever support is going down from, even if it goes to 0, your target would be now the previous lower high level. So when this stock, especially the ones that are hitting 52-week low, the minute you're getting that move and then it creates a higher low, your target here is 260, above it 270. After it breaks above 260, you're riding it to 270 like that. You can look at the previous lower high level here, 287. So your target will be 280 and it was headed for what? 290. You can do like that, like that. That's how these stocks will run back to those levels. So from this day, the stocks that hit 52-week low, especially, I don't want to talk about the slingshot setup, but for those people who know, you get the slingshot setup, you get a higher low, these are the levels you're looking out for. Which multiple of 10 did this stock hit previously? Okay, you can do for the week, for those stocks that are trending sideways, the RSI is middle. You can do 1 hour or look at 4-hour chart for those stocks that have been trending down for an extended period of time. Okay, so 222. And go to a lower time frame. Okay, so 222, it was headed for what? 220. When it broke above, it went above 230. So you need the support. If it pulls back, you need it to stay above which level? 230. What is your target level? 260. Above it, it was headed for 270. So you have your levels ready. Above 230, ride it up. Above 230, ride it up until the day you get that move. Here sometimes is about when it breaks one. So here, when it broke 240, you want the next support. It's after it pulls back, you need it to stay above 240, ride it up like that from one multiple of 10 to the next. So here we were looking at 230, it's above 230 and it broke 240. The minute it's breaking the next multiple of 10, when it pulls back, you want it above that multiple of 10 when it hits support. So this here, we still didn't have 240, we still didn't have 240, we still didn't have 240 until this day we got 240. Then we got this move, it went until we still didn't get, we missed the 260 target by 1 cent. But you can see this move you'll not be missing. Okay, so those stocks, those are the ones that are tired of being bearish. They've been trending down for extended period of time. The BA is the same thing. So if you go back to BA back in July, so July 8th, the same thing, BA was trending down and then it has started pulling back. You want to catch when that stock had some pullback. So this was on a bearish trend. And then from June 26th, we had BA pulling back. So it pulled back to which level? 191. So it had broken which multiple of 10? 190. Okay. So you want when that support is above 190, or if it breaks below 190, you're riding it down to the multiple of 10 support. So you want to look, it came from 170. You want to see when before it pulled back, which support multiple of 10 did it hit? If you look on this June 25th, 173. So it was headed for which multiple of 10? 170. If this stock is done going up or it's done pulling back, you're getting puts, it is going to break 170. You've established that. You're now timing when it's done with the pullback, or when it creates a lower high, you will ride this stock, it is going to break this level. So here we have 190 and we have 170. So if you've picked BA as your stock, you start looking at it. You have 190 and you have 170. Okay, so BA, we know BA reported earnings. This is very good, especially for stocks reporting earnings. When you establish on a higher time frame, especially the stocks that were trending, having a bearish trend or they were trending down and then they're pulling back. Very good to time where this stock is headed. So on 190, we can go to when BA reported earnings. Now, because it had hit 190, it was supposed to go to which next level? 200. If it's not going to 200, it is going to get, you're going to get puts, it's going to break which level? 170. Okay, so here, post here, did it touch 200? No, 196. Even if you say, okay, let's give it next day, it created a lower high, you're getting puts, you're riding it to which level? 170, breaks 170, 160. It broke our 170 here. So it didn't go to 200, get puts. You're holding your puts to 170. It broke 170. So it's telling you pull back, get puts. It hit 160. But did it go lower? No. So you want to see a possible pullback. Here it touched 170. So you want to see, did it touch 170 here? No. You get puts. Here it creates a higher low. Always when a stock hits a multiple of 10, give it another day, sometimes even three days, because you're looking for double bottom, higher low, or triple bottom. Okay, so you have 160, 163, and then 162. So what do you have? Like a triple, you have like a double bottom, 163, 162. So get calls. It was headed for 170. So if it breaks 170, 180. It hit 169. Did it touch 170? No. Another day, did it touch 170? No. Came down again to the same 162. It's rejecting which multiple of 10? 160. So it rejected 160 here. It's rejecting 160. You're pushing it up. Okay, we know it was headed for which level? 1. So it broke 190, it was headed for 200. So what is our target? If BA is going back up, our target is 190. Any lower high, you're riding it down. You're going to break which level? 160. No, so he touched 160, so our target level will be 150. So you're pushing up, 162. It's going up, it's going up. On Friday, it hit 180. So you can see the same stock, you go to the history, especially if it's post year, go back to the history. Which multiple of 10, especially if that stock had a trend. What was the trend? It was bullish. What was the trend? It was bearish or pulling back. Get the multiple of 10 support, get the multiple of 10 resistance. If it's not going back to the resistance, you're riding it down to that support and even lower. Very easy. And I don't know how the market, I don't know because it's a zero number, but it's a very easy strategy to work with in terms of support and resistance. It does not matter which stock it is. Just get whatever stock you're trading, establish the trend. ELF, this one has been trending down for a considerable number of since, so we hit 221 in March, 219 lower high, so it's been trending down. It reported earnings, so you want to establish what was the multiple of 10 pre-ER, or what was the trend, which support was it coming from, which multiple of 10 was it headed for. So if you see here 160, so here it was trying 160, finally it broke it, 147. So if it's continuing down, you're looking at 140. Now here, pre-ER, it had hit 190. You can even go back and see there it was headed for 220. Those are the levels you're using to establish. So here, it didn't go above 190. You have double top. It reported earnings, dropped, continued down. It was headed for 140. It didn't touch 140. You can wait to see for double bottom, higher low. So if you see here 142, the next day gave you almost double bottom, ride it up. Okay, so you're riding it up, you're looking at the previous lower high level 190. So you're riding it up like that until it touches your 190. multiple of 10 support, multiple of 10 resistance. You can use it for scalping, you can use it for day trade, but stocks with an established trend, they're the best because you can have some room to run that stock back up. Okay, so that's multiple of 10 support, multiple of 10 resistance. The other one is indecision. Now, indecision, I know I've taught about this. I don't know if there's anyone who knows how to trade indecision. They're the best, especially you guys know I love NR7, but we have Doji and we have Doji and spinning top. So any stock you can look if you're somebody who looks at stocks at the end of the day and you see a stock has created a spinning top or a doji. So a spinning top is where you have a small body and a wick, almost the same size wick at the top and the bottom. You guys know the spinning top. You hold it and round it, spin it, and then you leave it on the table, it goes round. It's called a spinning top. Whenever you're seeing a spinning top, a doji, this is a doji, it can be a bullish doji or a bearish doji. You want to know who makes the decision. After you create, some stocks can create indecision candles couple of days. So this is a strategy you have to be patient. You want to see who makes the decision. After you have indecision, you want to know who makes a decision. Whoever makes a decision carries the day. So any stock you see in decision, you should be eyeing that stock. A doji, NR7, and a spinning top. They're my three. I know there are others, but those are my three favorite stocks. Okay. The next day, so let's say, for instance, we had so many stocks creating NR7s and indecisions like SPY on, was it Wednesday? Now, sometimes you might not see these candles on Heikin Ashi. You have to change to regular candles. Sometimes you might not see them on Heikin Ashi because Heikin Ashi are smoothed. So this is Monday. We had a spinning top for SPY. So this is how you trade. You want to know who makes the decision. Whoever makes the decision the next day, or even if it takes 2 days, 3 days, you go by the person who makes the decision. So we had SPY creating a spinning top on Monday. Now, people who know indecision, especially doji and the spinning top, they create a V on 15 minutes. You're looking for the day that stock creates a V pattern or an inverted V. The opening and the close is almost the same. Whenever you see a stock does this, people run away from that stock. That's the stock you need to run to. So the opening, this is inverted V. So it opens down, goes up, then comes down. The open and the close is almost the same. That's indecision. So if the market is indecisive or that stock is not decided on direction, you want to time that stock when the sellers or the buyers, whoever wins, you go with them. Whoever wins carries the day. So how do you trade it? You want to see the close. So you use this SATI level. For day, this is for day trade. I'll show you guys for weekly. So you want to see any stock that had a weekly in this, any day it had a decision, we'll see how to trade for the weekly. You want to know how to trade for the day. So you use the daily levels. So for SATI levels, you go to settings and then you change the trading type to day. Okay, the closing of that stock is very important. Okay, if the sellers and the buyers were not decided, they took the price up and then they closed the same price, almost the same price. So you want the next day, that's the stock you time. The next day, above it, above the previous day close. So the white level, this one, above the previous day close. So this day we had 533.27. If it's above it, it means They've made a decision. Who made the decision? The bulls. So what are you doing? You're riding that stock up because they made a decision. After indecision, it's followed by a decision. So if they made the decision bullish, you're riding it up, and we saw SPY going up all the way to 5. So then you're using, that's why I said this indecision, use it together with multiple of 10 strategy. So when you have indecision, you want to see which multiple of 10 was broken. 530, 530. So you are timing. If that stock is above 530, you are riding it up. Okay, you can use the 30 levels for exit. Here we had this 100%, 542. The next day we went, it's above 530, you're riding it up, up, up until you have another indecision day. So please, those people who get bored when you see a stock is going sideways, it's going zigzag. Look at the opening and the close. Is it giving you a doji? Is it giving you a spinning top? Or look on the daily chart. When you look on the daily chart, the past 7 days, that's what we call an NR7. In the past 7 days, please note, you might not see it on Heikin Ashi. Change to regular candles. The past 7 days, look at the days when that stock creates the tiniest range. That's indecision, the tiniest range. Here, another indecision here. So you can see range, 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 then a tiny range. That means look at that stock the next day. You see the move happen. Tiny range. Look at the stock, it opened higher. So whoever makes a decision, go with that stock. Okay? But make sure you're looking at also regular candles, because sometimes just a Heikin Ashi can just make you think this stock is doing well. You can see here we had a doji on Thursday first. So you go to a lower time frame. The open and the close is almost the same. So nobody won on that day. So you want to know who wins the next day. Who makes the decision for these people the next day? Okay, so this is the day. Here we had this move, and then here. Whenever you see the stock going sideways, you have like a V pattern or inverted V. Just know whoever makes a decision carries the day. So if a stock goes lower, and then it's, instead of you're using now multiple of 10, please, that's why I said use those two strategies. So here the bears pulled SPY down, and then they pushed it back up above 520. So you want to see the next day. If it's above 520, you're riding it up. If it's below 520, you're riding it down. So use this strategy of indecision candles together with multiple of 10. Okay. Now, when I'm doing my screening, when I'm looking for stocks, for me, I like stocks that are idle. You know, they're not doing much. This is why you time those days. If that stock that day is not doing anything here, you see when SPY is doing this, just know the next day something has to happen. Somebody will make a decision. So whatever stock you're trading, any stock you're trading, look for those zigzag days when there is nobody making a decision. The open and the close is the same. That's what indecision is. Neither the buyers nor the sellers won. You're looking at that stock the next day, and then use multiple of 10 to guide you. Look previously, who had won, look back even a week before, who pushed the stock to a multiple of 10 resistance, or who pushed the stock to a multiple of 10 support. Then if it's rejecting going lower, you're riding that stock up. The bulls have made a decision. If it's going lower, the bears have made a decision. So any stock, you want to see any stock with 1 day of indecision, that's the stock to trade. If you're looking at stocks that had indecision the previous week, so let's say like SPY, so SPY had indecision. I want to see previously. So we had this indecision on the 5th. So you want to see the next week. So we had indecision here on Monday, we had indecision on Tuesday. So this is from Monday 5th to Friday 9th, SPY had indecision. So how do you trade it? If you're looking at previous week, the stocks that had indecision. So you go to your 30 levels. So now you change from day to week. The week is the multi-day, okay? So this week we had SPY having indecision multiple of days. So this is Monday 5th to Friday 9th. So you want on Monday 12th, you want to look at SPY. Is it above the previous week close? That's how you trade. If any stock had indecision the previous week, it doesn't matter even if it had one day, it had indecision. So the next week, you want to see SPY or whatever stock you're looking at above the close. When stocks have indecision, how they close is very important. So the buyers and the sellers, they were at a standstill, but the closing price is very important for the next day. So if it's daily, you're looking at the next day. If it's any stock with indecision, you're looking at the next week. The close. So the closing price. So when SPY is above 532.99, you're writing it up to 100%, which is 547. So you're timing it above the previous close, the previous week close. Okay, so this is Monday. It was still indecisive. And then finally, it was above the previous week close. So you're writing it to which level? 100% retracement. So we had 547. You're pushing it here, still pushing it. And then it finally broke 100%. So your next level, you're timing the target level or the next retracement, which is 200% at 561. So you're writing it as long as it's above the previous week close. So this is how you trade for weekly. Any stock that had a day with indecision, doji, spinning top, or NR7. It doesn't matter if it happened 1 day or 2 days. It means at some point, the previous week, the buyers and the sellers were not decided. They didn't know where to take that stock. So you're using the previous week close, okay? Whatever stock you're looking at, as long as it had 1 day of indecision, you're looking indecision on the daily candles, okay? So you just need a stock with 1 day. Now, for me, I'm always biased to stock with big ATR. Okay, why? Because they'll give you beautiful moves. They'll give you beautiful moves. You will not stress about, oh, I got a call and then I woke up and then, no. That's why I like stocks with big ATR. So you want, like here, this is the 6th. It had a doji. So Netflix had a doji here, very clear doji. So it means the next week, NR7, you just need to look on 7 days. 7 days, that stock is creating ranges, and then 1 day it creates a very tiny range. That's just observation. And mostly you might not see it on Heikin Ashi. Please change your candles to regular candles. Now you're seeing here, you have a range. Even if the range stock goes up and then closes down, but it still made the range. But when it is like this is a spinning top, especially if you want to see NR7, look for spinning top and doji. That's why I said they're the 3 indecision candles if you want to catch those moves. Spinning top, a doji, and the NR7. So you're counting the past 7 days, this stock has been making ranges, and then today, it's a tiny range. Look at these. The opening and the close is almost the same. So it means that's the stock to trade. You want to know who makes a decision. So even before that happens, so for Netflix, so this Netflix gave us a doji on the Heikin Ashi. Look at both. So we got a Heikin Ashi candle on the 6th. So it means the next week, so that week was from the 5th to the 9th. So the next week, you're putting on your 30 levels. Because why? It had an indecision candle on the one day of that week. It doesn't matter even if it's one day. It had indecision, means the buyers and the sellers didn't know what they wanted, where that stock to go. So come Monday, above the previous week close. So here Netflix, above 633, you're riding it up. What is the target level? 670, 100%. You want that first 100% guaranteed. It's usually guaranteed as long as it's above the previous close. So 633.94 on Monday, another indecision. Then finally here, move up, move up. So you're holding. That's why we saw Netflix was in the 5K list, went up, and it hit our 670 here. And then this is on Thursday. And then Friday, it continued up. Okay. As long as that stock made one day indecision. So there's one day indecision for daily trade. It means if the indecision is made on Monday, you're looking at that stock on Tuesday. Whoever makes the decision, you're riding that direction. But here, if you're looking for stocks to trade next week, so let's say next week, today is Sunday. So you're looking at the previous week, last week from 12th to the 16th, was it? 16th or 17th. So Monday to Friday, you're looking at any stock that had an indecision candle, a doji, a spinning top, or NR7. So this week, there'll be the stocks you're trading. You want them above the previous week close for calls, below the previous week close for puts. Tuko pamoja? Okay.
Yes.
So these are two strategies based on support and resistance. Indecision. People get, I usually laugh when people are like, oh, the market today is boring. I'm like, you guys don't know. This boring is where the money is brewing. For people who know brewing changa or brewing tea, that's where the money is. You want whoever makes a decision, you're running with those people. Because this stock, the buyers and the sellers, they don't come to an agreement. They open the same price, opening price, and the close is the same. So the next day, if you're day trading, you want to use the daily levels. So you go to 30 and then you change to day levels for day trade. If you're looking at weekly, so any stock that had indecision last week or NR7. So those stocks that I gave list of NR7s. So this week, you want to, when the market opens on Monday, if it's above the previous week close, you're riding it up. If it's below, you're riding it down. Don't be quick to get out. Use at least 100%. That's the first target, 100%. Then after 100%, use these blue levels, which are this is ATR level, and these are target levels. So blue line, the blue ones are target level. So use this first 100%, take profit. If it pulls back, still creates a higher low, ride it up to the next levels. Any questions? Okay. Multiple of 10. Hata ukiambia mtoto wako, even if you ask your kid to look for you for stocks, any kid who's above 15 or even 12, 10, look for me stocks that are previous week, they hit a multiple of 10 and then they dropped, or they hit a multiple of 10 support and then they went up. Those are the stocks to look at the next week. You have a goal. The support and the resistance from the previous week will guide you the next week. So for me, I prefer stocks on which category? The lotto, the RSI is in the middle, because somebody will push that stock. Either that person didn't carry a parachute, didn't wear a parachute, they drop, or they wear a parachute and they go up. That's the strategy. So look at it at RSI is in the middle, 50, 45, 50, 55. It's in the middle. So if that stock is pushed, it will either pull back up or drop. So those stocks are in the middle. Now the other category, those stocks are already bearish. They're either pulling back or you're gonna get bearish continuation. Okay, and then there are those that are tired of being bearish. They've been bearish. So you are waiting for opportunities, especially you're looking for stocks hitting 52-week low or 2-month low. You're waiting for that opportunity of a pullback or a reversal. Stocks that are bullish, momentum, and buy the dip, sell the rip, I don't like those. But you can still trade them. It's just that buy the dip, sell the rip, it hits a resistance, people are selling. It hits a support, people are buying. It's hectic. But these other ones, you can at least get at least 3 days of a move. Okay? 3 days. So now, like you see here, Netflix, we came from 6. So here this was from the 5th. We broke below 600. We broke below 595. We are approaching 580. So now if it's pushing up, and you're looking at it, you want to see which multiple of 10 is it breaking on the top and where did it come from. So if you're looking at like last week, Netflix was in our 5K list. So where was it coming from? Go to a higher time frame, you see the previous lower high level. Okay, so this was last week. What was the previous lower high level? So we had 646, we had 652, then 678. So this was when it reported earnings. So if it's going up and breaking all this multiple of 10, here we have it was approaching 680. So our target should be 670. Your first target should be the multiple of 10 it broke before the next one. So here you would say wherever it's coming from, you start salivating for those calls. So this, if it's coming from 585, 583, the moment you're having a higher low, your target is 670. So 640, 650, 670, 690. So you go on as you're breaking one to the next to the next. So already this is telling you, if I'm getting calls after higher low, I can buy time, or I can hold, or I can day trade this stock all the way to 670. And if you see, that's what Netflix did, and it hit 670. Okay. Very simple strategy of support and resistance. I know people say, Virginia, you say simple, but you just have to go back. People just focus on this day. If you put some time in looking at previously, what was this stock doing? Whenever I give a 5K list, don't just wait until that stock has done something and then that's when you want to chase after it. Why is it there? Go look. Where was it coming from? Which trend is it on? Is it pushing up? Which multiple of 10 was it coming from? That's where it's headed. Okay? Then you will not be missing these moves. Contracts are very cheap because the stock is coming from down and you're riding it up. Okay? So no matter the stock, it doesn't matter this. So here you see, especially those I keep insisting I like big ATR stocks because they're the only ones you can see a stock moving down. In 3 days, it has dropped to like 100 points. You will only see that with big ATR stocks, but I have nothing against small ATR. If you like them, go ahead as long as you're following the same strategy. So from here, you would have seen GS, it was headed for 520, but your target now should be which level? 510, because it had broken 510. Okay, so from wherever its support is coming from, at the back of your head, you know, I'm timing GS 510. So you're looking at higher low, riding it up, higher low, or you can buy time and say, I'm not selling until it hits 510, or even when it's close to 510. And you can see we approach that level here. So from any higher low, you're riding it up. So from this day, you know, my target is 510. Break 510, it was headed for 520. This is a 52-week high. Okay, it's done pulling back. You're riding it up. Any higher low, as long as it does not touch your target level, ride it up, ride it up, ride it up. Whenever you're breaking a multiple of 10 resistance, look at the support. If it's creating a higher low, it's rejecting a multiple of 10. Look for double bottoms, higher low. 483, 483, double bottom, ride it up like that until you hit your 5. 510. You'll wake up here on Monday morning, GS has hit 510. You're like, how did I miss? Very good strategy for swings. Okay. Any question? Terry, swali. NR7 just, especially those stocks that are trending, creating ranges, and then one day it just, it's the strategy you used 2 weeks ago, expansion and contraction. That's from physics. After contraction, you expand. When you expand, you contract. If you don't see it here, look for it on regular candles. You might not see those in decision on Heikin Ashi. Please change to regular candles. You will clearly see those spinning tops and dojis. Okay. So the RSI on the daily, on the daily, the RSI over stock, Charity. You see now, the 5th was when the RSI was oversold. It was 34, it's oversold. So the daily might not give you a good direction in terms of RSI. You want to capture it. I've been advising people, either you're checking on 4 hour or 1 hour, especially for day trades, because on the daily you can have a stock being overbought or oversold for a long time before a move happens. So you want to use this indicator on 1 hour. Okay, if you want to catch those lotto RSI, the 50 or 45, 50, 55, even sometimes 60. Now you look at this on Monday, GS, the RSI is 7. Of course, this is oversold. It's telling you at some point it's going up. There's no way the RSI will go to 0. So 1 hour is the best to look at. If you're seeing it's giving you up here and it does not updated to this, just put your cursor to the last candle. Okay, so 1 hour and 4 hour will give you a good guidance compared to daily. Daily is long term. Okay, so you're seeing here we were oversold since 27th June, and it's just RSI going, keep pushing up, pushing up, pushing up. Here it dropped to 19. So 4 hour, if you want to swing daily, if you want to day trade, look at 1 hour. Daily is a long term. The RSI can stay there for a while before you see any move. Okay, so if you want for daily, look at for day trades, look at 1 hour, or for swings, look at 4 hour. When you're seeing an RSI is 19, there's no way it can drop to 0. It's telling you at some point this stock has to go head back up. Okay. Now these levels you can also use for exit. When it's green, it's coming from support. When it turns red, it's at 100. It uses RSI and retracements. Okay, this is 100%. Then you can use these levels for exit. Even 15 minutes, if you're scalping, you can use this same indicator telling you RSI here is 38, is moving up. If you are scalping or day trading, but I prefer 1 hour time frame. Okay. Any other question? Okay. Indecision. Please don't be bored when the market, nothing was happening today. The market was not doing anything. That's the day you don't sleep. You go look at all the stocks that had indecision, especially the ones previously. Mostly you will find a trend something was happening. That stock was either trending up or trending down. And then on one day, nobody knows where they want this stock to go. They don't know whether they want to continue up or going down. That's where you need to be. So you go look at your contracts. If that stock was trending up previously, if it gets a pullback, then it means it will have continuation. If it's done going up, then you're going to drop down. Indecision should be your hotspot. Okay. Any stock that has indecision the next day, you're trading it, or any stock that had indecision the previous week, it means at some point, especially the levels on that day, should guide you for the next week. It doesn't matter even if it's 1 day of indecision, there's a point in that week, the market was not decided whether they wanted to take that stock up or that stock down. So doji, spinning top, if you want, you can go read about how to trade those. Spinning top and then NR7. I know there's NR4. When you go read, you'll see NR4. So it means in the past 4 days, but I prefer NR7 because it gives you an extended period, meaning if there was a gap up before the indecision, it has given you a good range. So if it's a pullback or a continuation, if that stock still has room to go up, it will go up. But any indecision, V, you are looking on the 15 minutes, any stock that gives you a V or inverted V pattern, okay? So here you have either the open and the close is the same. Let's see, the Wednesday, the 7th. Regular. So this is a inverted hammer. It was not an indecision candle. You want a spinning top, a doji, and NR7. Those are the 3 top. I know there are other indecision candles, but for me, those are the 3 best if you're looking for, if you want to find a quick move the next day or good moves for the next week. NR7, doji, can be a bullish doji, bearish doji, and spinning top. They are the best. This is a spinning top. And so the next day we had this move. They're the best indecision candles. Okay, you see here doji, then we had this move up and then it came down. Spinning top here, a spinning top here, then we had this move down. So you have to be patient. Sometimes it can take 2 days before you get that move, but that move is coming. After indecision, somebody has to make a decision. So you don't want to miss when a decision is made. So here we had an spinning top and then we had this move and then it went up. Okay, so you have to be patient. Sometimes when an indecision happens, it can take 2 days or a day or 3 days before the move happens, but it's just telling you this is the stock where you need to have your eyes on. Okay. Any other question? But multiple of 10, it is the easiest. The easiest, just 0 at the end. It's multiple of 10. Previous week, get the history of that stock previous week. The support, multiple of 10 support, multiple of 10 resistance. Know the next week, these are the 2 levels I'm looking out for. Okay, you can trade any stock. It doesn't matter. You can trade any stock. You can trade features. I still don't know the best strategy for trading Forex because I haven't been doing Forex, but for features, the same thing. The US 30, Nasdaq 100, the same thing, multiple of 10. Okay. Just get to know the history. I know these are big numbers, but it's the same thing. Okay. Okay. Any questions? So those are the when I'm done, I'm not yet done finalizing the 5K list, but that's the strategy we're looking at next week. Multiple of 10. I'm looking at stocks that mostly the trend is either Lotto 50 or that stock was on a bearish trend. they've been trending down and then they have a pullback, or they've been trending down on an extended period of time, the ones that say they're tired of being bearish, then you're expecting either they're gonna pull back or have a bearish continuation. When that stock is done, whatever move it's done, when it's done with that move, always remember the multiple of 10. It will go to that level, okay? So this is where you're seeing, oh, this stock is trending up for multiple of days, because that's where it was headed and it will do that. Okay, so we know SPY here, 560. So it had hit 565. So it means the multiple of 10 it had broken was 560. So when you're trading SPY, that's your target level. So from the minute SPY hit 507 and created a higher low, you're riding it up. You can use the previous lower high. This is 550. And then the next one, 560. So those are your exit levels. Very, very easy. Okay. Kama hakuna swali, nimemaliza. Any person with a question? Atis, tuko pamoja.
Ndio, tuko pamoja.
Okay. You just need to, it needs preparation. Okay. You need some preparation and picking your top. I love big ATR stocks. But any stock, even small ATR, can work. Especially those stocks you see, the previous week they were doing something. UPST, we know it was doing some moves, then it reported earnings. So you just come here and see. Previously, it broke 30, so it meant it was headed for 40. It has reported earnings, it has hit 19. When you create a higher low, you're riding it to 30. Very, very, especially for earning stocks. Okay. So when it reports earnings, get the history. So here it hit 19 pre-ER. You know it had hit multiple of 10, 30. So post-ER, you're riding it up above 30, moving up. So now you're looking at this stock. For how many times has it hit this 38, 38, 39, 38, 30? Hey, are we preparing for puts? Unaangalia, you timing it. Then you know it broke which level? It broke 20 here. So when you get puts, you're holding up to 20. Above this one, you want to see previously, you know, this one had hit 40, was it 49? So here it was headed for 50. So you know above 30, you're going to 40 and then 50. Very simple, especially for post-ER. Just get the history of that stock. It will be very easy to trade that stock post-ER or even pre-earnings. Okay. So this one, DE reported earnings. It was approaching, it touched. So here it touched 340. It means the next time it's going down, it's going to break this level. Here it hit 390. So it means that's your target. So post-ER above 330 this day, it's above way above 330. Write it up. Go up 370. So it's going for 390. So the same stock. The same stock is just riding up based on multiple of 10. Kavi, karibu, Kidum, welcome. Okay. RSI, indecision, doji, spinning top, NR7, multiple of 10 resistance, multiple of 10 support. Try it and see. You have questions, you can ask me. I'm here until end of August. Okay. Karibu Tosh. Okay. I'll post the 5K list and I'll share with everyone because we've talked about this topic. You guys can see how you trade next week.
Okay.
Okay, sawa sawa. Kwaherini.
Okay, we have our marching orders.
Thank you, Miss V.
Thank you. All right.
Thank you. We have our marching orders.
What? No, what did you say?
Huh? She said that. She said, she told us what we need to do and the strategy. So we have our marching orders.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
We have our. All righty, guys.
Bye.